No. I'm good on sticky ball games. I take it back. I take it back. No, please, no, please. I'm gonna play the Perplexing Orb. This is the Perplexing Orb. It's a game released in 2016 for the Wii U by TreeFall Studios. And you might have heard of them if you like Pro Jared's videos, because they created The Letter, prominently featured in his Worst of 2014 list. And guess what? They're at it again, and this time, it's worse. It's so much worse.
Presentation.
The Perplexing Orb is a game about a ball trying to restore energy to an extinct tribe. It goes from one level to the next, hitting totem poles, and then it finds a member of the tribe at the end. That's it. There's nothing here to show the player the story aside from a text box at the beginning of the game. Why does a game in which you roll a ball around need an arbitrarily tacked on story? We'll get to that later. The visuals are garbage. Everything about this game screams college freshman Unity project. Textures are boring and basic, objects that just float around in the air, and seriously, watch what happens when you hit a treasure chest. Mom, check it out! I learned how to make a particle effect!
That's nice, sweetie.
Do you love me yet?
No.
The whole game is just lazy. I get that visuals like this can work in a game where there's a stylistic reason for them, but in this game you don't feel like this was intentional. You feel like this was all the developers were capable of making. It doesn't help that the music is both repetitive and annoying, and the sound effects are straight up stock sounds that don't fit the objects you're collecting at all. Also, listen to the sound effect for when you get an extra life. Yeah, I didn't hear it either. Even the menu is bare bones and has some major problems. I'll mention that eventually, but first...
Gameplay.
The game works as expected. Move the ball along the platforms and hit the totem poles at the end. Collect these objects and treasure chests along the way. It controls as expected, which is the only decent thing about the game. And even that has some issues. There are no physics for this ball. You float around in the air and you slide when moving. The momentum is insane. There are levels in which you slide on ice and it's nearly impossible to see the effect it has because the ball has a crazy amount of momentum already. That being said, the ball goes in the direction you press when moving the control stick. But there are other issues with the game too. Let's do this rapid fire style. If you go over a ledge like this, you can't see the ball anymore. There's no control over the camera, which makes moving towards yourself difficult since you can't see what's coming. The text telling you the number of objects collected in a level is the same color as the fucking sky. Maze levels? Really? Just to force me to play this shit even longer? There's no ability to replay specific levels. If you want to get all the objects, you have to get them in a specific world and play that world over and over and over and over again. Losing all of your lives causes you to restart the level, but you have to click continue before seeing the loading screen. Why even have lives then? Speaking of loading screens, why? I could run this game on my Nintendo 64, what the fuck are you loading? There is nothing perplexing about this orb. I spent money on this when I could have donated it to a school or something. Is that a background or a crayon drawing? Is that their company logo in the background? I took a rocket, and I hit my head on the next platform and can't find the totem pole because it shot me too high. My friend and I played the multiplayer and we finished all 4 levels in 5 fucking minutes. This is a wasted opportunity to use the Wii U gamepad for either a top-down view or possibly as a control scheme to roll the ball. That's not in here because that would be unique and original. World 1 has like 30 levels, World 4 has exactly 5. There's no consistency to any of this. And of course, many more. And aside from all the other flaws this game presents the player, it also commits the cardinal sin of allowing you to delete your saved content by starting a new game without warning you. This game doesn't even ask if you want to delete your previous save file. I assumed that there were multiple save files and it would ask me after finishing the tutorial which slot to save in, but in the end, I lost all of my progress because I went through the tutorial again to get footage. And once again, the reason I had to do this is because there is 0 level select. You can only select a full world. Not only would I not want to play an entire world again, but the tutorial isn't something you can choose to replay again, which means you can't even see the story again. I also finished the game in about 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? I spent $5 on this game when I bought it. That means that for every 20 cents, I got a minute of torture, I mean gameplay. Given all the flaws I mentioned so far, you might think I'd be glad because that means that there's less of this game to play. And you'd be right. That being said, given how simplistic everything is, the developers surely could have shit out at least a few more levels, but no, of course not. That would take some time, that would take some dedication, that would take some effort. And this game doesn't have any of that. It's pathetic.
Mighty conclusion.
The cherry on top of this shit sundae is that at the end of the game, you find this monstrosity.
What the fuck is that? Is that supposed to be a character?
That is a member of the Lost Tribe you were clearly looking for this whole time. And he's also the main character of TreeFall Studios' next game, The Last Tiki. That's right, this whole game's purpose and the entire reason they tacked on a bullshit story at the beginning is just to advertise their next game. That's so sad and delusional that it's difficult to fathom. Don't play this game, don't give TreeFall Studios your money, and, well, actually, I don't even think I need to say that, because nobody did. Their Kickstarter for The Last Tiki failed magnificently. When a guy like Toby Fox can come along and create a beautifully crafted world and game called Undertale, or when something along the lines of Stardew Valley can be created by one guy, this game is unforgivable in a world where that kind of quality exists. They don't put enough effort into what they do. They don't put any time, love, passion, everything that the game needs, and everything that the game can have that can be portrayed to the gamer. Gamers love games because they can feel the passion coming from the developers. That's why we play games. That's why you listen to music. That's why you watch movies. It's so that you can feel that passion. And they put none into this game. It's just sad. And because of that lack of originality, that lack of effort, that lack of soul, I'm giving the perplexing piece of shit 2 out of 10. The extra point is because the ball goes in the direction that you move the joystick. That's it. Don't play this game, guys. Really, I don't want you to. Because I want you all to have a mighty nifty day today. Thanks for watching.